Hi guys, so today's video is just going to be a really quick one. I'm going to be reviewing a couple of items that I call staples. I'll throw in a few that I might not think about reusing in a really long time. So I'm just going to start with my favorite, which is my moisturizers. Number one on my list that I would always reuse is my moisturizer. Ta-da! This is not a sponsored ad, by the way. I'm just giving my genuine thoughts on what I feel and how they have or have not worked for me. I've run out of this bottle, I got a new one, and I'm currently on bottle number 2. The second one that compares to this is CeraVe's moisturizing cream. I've used the CeraVe's version, the one that I was referring to, in the past, and I used it for about a year and 6 months, I think, right up till when my skin barrier was starting to break down. And then I stopped that and changed to something else. I changed to this one at the time, but I figured this one wasn't really working for me. I don't like its consistency because it's a bit watery, it dries quicker, and I feel like it doesn't moisturize my face throughout the day. This one actually does moisturize my face. It feels moisturized all through the day, like literally. I don't have to top up. However, if I were using this, I would have to like frequently top up every hour, and I'm not even lying. Like, my opinion, my skin, my body, it can be tiring to just keep moisturizing your face. It was just too much. I found it too drying, even though it says it's for dry to very dry skin. So for me, I would always definitely reuse La Roche-Posay moisturizers. Moving on, that's about moisturizers. Sunscreen. I'm somebody that loves my physical sunscreens, that's my mineral sunscreens. That's because there's not too much interference with the rest of my body. It doesn't cross the blood barrier, it doesn't go into your bloodstream, and that's the major reason I like physical sunscreens. However, a downturn is the fact that it just makes you look like a clown, literally.
Look at my face, like I could have killed a lot of people.
There's no physical sunscreen. I've not seen any mineral sunscreen that you can use that would not leave a white cast. And I'm talking about this as a person of color. That will not leave a white cast. Show me the ones that won't leave a white cast. If you literally have my skin tone, show me the ones that won't leave a white cast, and I will gladly jump onto those. I'm not talking about chemical sunscreens, I'm talking about physical sunscreens that will never leave a white cast. Show me those ones and I would gladly hop onto those. For now, my favorite physical sunscreens would be Murad, and the one obviously that I used whilst I was doing my chemical peel. Out of these two, honestly, I don't know which one is my favorite. Whichever one my hand touches is the one that I just go for. When I open my skincare shelf, whichever one my hand picks is the one I just go for that day. But they both feel the same way. They're very moisturizing, very soothing. There's just like a cooling effect with these two. Like when I apply either one of them, there's just a cooling effect that I feel and that I like. But like I said, it leaves behind a terrible white cast, so bear that in mind. How I combat the terrible white cast is by applying foundation. So just know that if you're using any of these sunscreens, you're gonna have to apply foundation, definitely. Otherwise, you're just gonna be moving about like a clown. I've tried chemical sunscreens in the past that I reacted badly to, and these are like major brands. And let me just say, it probably was because my skin barrier was breaking down at the time. I want to believe it's probably that. That will be the first point to why I reacted badly to those chemical sunscreens. The second point would be, is definitely chemical sunscreens. They're going to penetrate the inner layers of your skin, so much so that they're going to get into your bloodstream, and that might probably be why I was reacting to those chemical sunscreens. It was causing me to break out, and that was what I didn't like. I just decided, you know what, I'm done with chemical sunscreens. I'd rather look like a clown than use any of those that will cause me to break out. One thing that I didn't try during my experimentation phase of chemical sunscreens was Batgirl sunscreen. I was a bit hesitant just because I've been scarred in the past by previous chemical sunscreens, so I was a bit hesitant about trying it out. However, I've just recently bought it and I'm on like week 3, I think, of this sunscreen. It just says no white residue. If it's no white residue, just know that it's not a physical sunscreen. It doesn't have any of the physical sunscreen components. It doesn't leave any white residue. It doesn't leave any white cast, it should say. Because residue, I don't really know about that. Residue, it does leave a residue on my face. I'm going to get to that in a minute. But down to the sunscreen, it doesn't leave any white cast. So when I wear it, I'm able to just wear it and go out, rather than wearing sunscreen and having to wear foundation over my sunscreen than stepping out. And I like to go out barefaced most of the time. Yeah, so back to this one. Why I said it shouldn't have stated no white residue is because it leaves like eraser marks, like when you write on paper with pencil and then you clean it out with eraser or rubber. Those things is what I feel on my skin after only ever using this sunscreen. I found out the hard way. I had done my skincare routine. I had then applied the sunscreen. It completely disappears from your face, right? You feel like, okay, it's dry and everything. And then you layer on all your other products. So I wore my makeup and then I stepped out. By the time I came back, it was time for me to do my night routine. And then I was trying to look at how well my makeup was still sitting on my face and everything. And I touched my face, like just touched my face, rubbed them, like, bro, I could feel like eraser residue on my face. And I'm like, wait, my foundation never does that. None of my other products that I layer beneath my foundation ever do that. This happened to be the culprit. If you're going to use this, just wear it on days when you have little or no product to layer on top or beneath it. The only time that the residue is reduced is when I wear this alone. So if I wear this alone, it's really, really reduced. You would still see it. You would still see it. If you like rubbed your face, you would still see it. But it's reduced, very reduced. However, if you wear moisturizer and then wear this on top, you would see a significant amount of that residue when you rub against your face. I have my favorite sunscreens, so definitely the physical sunscreens, anytime, any day. So, lastly, no, not lastly, second to the last. Yeah, it'll be these ones. I could never, in the history of repurchasing, I could never repurchase these ones. No, I just think it's overhyped. These ones, no. Bruh, these things did me dirty. Like, at the time, my skin barrier was broken, right? It was messed up, but I could still tell what was working and what wasn't. These ones, they were compounding the issue. They were ruining my skin. So I'll tell you how it happened. I eventually got these two and I thought, oh, okay, one says for dry, rough, bumpy skin, which I thought, okay, because I was battling with acne at the time, I thought, okay, it'll get rid of the acne and smooth out the scars that it left behind. And for blemish prone skin, like this one says, because obviously the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation that the acne used to leave behind at the time was there, and it was just so obvious. I thought, okay, if I used this, it will work for me and all of that. However, it didn't work. It just broke me out more. My skin was just purging some more. I don't belong to the school of thought that say when you are using a product, be consistent with it, your skin will purge before it brings out. No, the products that my esthetician prescribed to me, they didn't let me go through that problem. The products I used didn't let me go through that problem of being consistent and then getting the purging phase and then leaving the purging phase and coming to like the glowing stage. I didn't go through any of that. I don't think I went through any of that. So, but these ones, no, my skin was just revolting. It's like a full tub. Like, it's still so full. It's still so, there's still so much inside here. Like, there's actually a lot. I think they should be condemned to the feet. Like, they should just be for the feet. Maybe, the heels, the soles of your feet. Like, if you have like terrible ashy feet, you can use these. I think that they would work. They would do wonders for your feet. This one as well, I tried to persevere, I tried to be consistent with it. I used it up to half, I'm like, no way. You know what, just stop. When I use these, either one of them, I would feel like a terrible burning sensation underneath my eyes. Normally when you use actives, right, you could feel like a tingly sensation. It shouldn't be highly uncomfortable. It shouldn't last anything beyond 5 minutes. And with these two, I used to have like the burning sensation like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and I would just wash it off, like, and rub a lot of Vaseline occlusive on my face because I couldn't even stand it. I just thought, you know what, if this is the road to getting clear skin, no, not me. I think that was even the breaking point. That was the straw that broke the camel's back, that I decided I need to see an esthetician. And yeah, so I stopped doing those, by the way. So until next time.